I hope you have doubled up on your blood pressure for medication, because today is gonna get salty. Hello, potato. So if you watched Friday's video, you remember that I tried the Curry Cup Noodle. And yes, the void space still smells of Curry Cup Noodle. And I said, that I liked it, and I would perhaps be interested in trying some other instant noodle products that were beyond your normal chicken and beef, which is, as an American, most of what I've seen over the years. And I knew Nissin was made other things, like spicy teriyaki beef chow mein, and I had thought that bowl noodle was also theirs. I didn't realize until I got home, this is by Nongshim, not Nissin. Not that it matters to me, but I suspect the similarity in naming between bowl noodle and cup noodle is not a coincidence. So yeah, I picked up a couple things to try. We'll do the lobster first, because honestly, between the two, I think the lobster is one that's more likely to not be very good. I mean, I doubt, we're going to find any succulent pieces of lobster inside there. But, I mean, who knows? I mean, there was that potato in the Curry Cup Noodle, and I didn't think there would be, although, I mean, you'd have to, take it out and rehydrate it separately and pour it back in and make it look anything like the picture. But, I mean, it was there. It was legitimately there. So what are we looking at here? Completely remove lid and add soup base. Pour room temperature water up to waterline. Microwave for 3 minutes. Stir and serve. So no waiting this time. No putting it back in and letting it stand for a minute. Serving size is 1 bowl, so that's nice. We're not trying to say this is 3 servings or something like a lot of products do. 370 calories. 87% of your daily sodium. 2 whole grams of sodium. And 12 grams of fat. Not a healthy food by any chance. But, by any stretch, rather. But, we're not, we don't eat these every day. Like I said before, when I do ramen, I usually toss out the flavor packet and just make my own. Let's crack it open and see what we have here. Alright, so... oh, good, it's got the instructions on it again. Completely remove lid, add base, pour room temperature water, microwave for 3 to 4 minutes, stir well, and serve. So the lid comes completely off for the microwave. Alright, let's see what we've got here. And, yep, looks like your pretty basic ramen puck. I still have that Vita ramen I got at the last SAC Anime. I need to do that too. I'll have to do another video and do that one too. I think that one is just add boiling water too, though. Alright, add our soup base. This is a pretty hefty packet. Here we go. Get you a look at that. Kind of looks like the curry powder. Alright, so we'll sprinkle that on. Get a sniff. How does it smell? Well, it smells fishy. Tastes a little like prawn crisps, which I do like. Of course, exceedingly salty. If you watch the Curry Cup Noodle video, you remember that I commented that I thought I'd added too much water when I added more water in. I didn't, because by the time I finished eating it, all that water had been soaked up. There was no water left, so I didn't end up with broth or anything, which also, of course, means I got all that salt. Alright, so water up to the line being right there. It's written, yep, water line, okay. So let's see if we can manage that without making a huge mess. And yep, a lot more water this time. I will have to go get a refill before we do our second thing here. Because that took about a cup and a half. About a cup and a half of water for this one. All right. And we'll put that in for 3 minutes. I think it says says 3 to 4. If you... 3 minutes is for al dente. Do we want al dente ramen? I think we'll do that. We'll do 3 minutes. All right. 3 minutes. Start. All right, so that's our 3 minutes of cooking time. And yep, got a lot of soup in this one. Definitely not like our curry cup noodle yesterday. Can we get a view without that pouring it out? Not really. All right, so let's stir it up. It says stir up and serve. Gotta break the ramen up. Normally, when I've been making ramen now, I will, well, I won't nuke anything. I will boil my broth in a small pot. Well, it depends how much I'm making. If I'm making like a meal, like dinner, I will do a pot of water and then a pot of broth and kind of let that simmer the whole time I'm waiting for the water to heat up. And I'll cook the noodles in separate water so they don't get all the starch in with the soup broth. And I think I just see some lobster chunks in there. Yep, here's one. All right, let's try that first, because I don't know if I'll be able to find it again. If you will look at that. It does, actually. Texture, I'm going to say it almost feels more like crab. But yeah, that's a lobster flavor. I don't hate it. All right, let's try some of the actual ramen. Don't want to make a mess. I'm thinking I need to get a new tablecloth for in here. This one just doesn't really working out for me. Something that I can wipe, not to put plastic in. Because as you can see, I did neglect to put the plastic down over here. Come on. There we go. That's a decent bite. I hope it's on camera because I can't really lean over to look. All right, let's try it. Honestly, better than I expected. Quite salty. I'm not getting much of the lobster flavor from the noodles themselves. I think just these little red bits are your own little lobster flavory things in here. And that one wasn't. I think that may have been a carrot. I mean, it's not bad. I don't hate it. It certainly doesn't smell as strongly as our curry one from the other day. Although my space here is going to smell probably for like the next 2 weeks. But yeah, that's not bad. Would I get it again? Probably not. I just kind of thought it was a weird flavor to do in ramen, which is why I picked it to begin with. Not so much because it genuinely interested me. But yeah, it's ramen. I think it was like 80 cents. This wasn't an expensive ramen. There are some, I think that Vita ramen I got at the the anime show, I think was like $5 or $6. And I've seen other ones like that at like Koreana Plaza and stuff. The higher end instant ramens. But yep, not awful. Don't hate it. Put it aside though. And we'll do our next one. I did go and refill my water while we were waiting for that to cook. So let's get on with our Nissin Chow Mein Spicy Teriyaki Beef. It's got 2 peppers on it. So I'm hoping for a little bit of spice in this one. This one is 480 calories, so it's a bigger meal. 21 grams of fat, so almost double the fat of our lobster bowl there. 1,350 milligrams of sodium, 59% of your day's salt, so it is less salty. But of course, it also means that I'm eating about 110% of, no, it's not. Oh, it means more than that. It's 140% of my salt intake for today, just on the stuff for this video. So I guess I better eat plain rice crackers for the rest of the day. Of course, a decent amount of carbs. I never looked at the ingredients in these. Do I want to? Wheat flour, beef fat, crab extract. Hey, this one was made in the USA. That's important in your Japanese ramen. Did I say that already? I don't remember. Where is this one made? Apparently in Gardena, California. Because why would you really bother importing these things? That's probably why the ones at Koreana tend to be a little more expensive. They have a nice miso one. There's a miso one they have that I like. And there's like, I think it was a sesame one that came with like hot sesame oil. That was quite good. Those ones I actually use the broth for. All right, what do we got here? Can't really show off the packaging on this one while it's cooking, can I? Powder seasoning packet included, only in the following flavors: shrimp, spice. So it's just like a generic lid for all of these. They have a pad thai. That could be interesting. All right, so open lid to dotted line. Take out sauce and powder seasoning packets and set aside. Add water, fill to line. Place in microwave 5 minutes on high. Let stand for 1 minute. So we are going to have a stand period at the end of this. Remove lid, empty sauce and powder seasoning packets. So the sauce doesn't go in first. It does not cook in the seasoning. Well, this isn't a great start here. Yeah, it's not a good sign when your lid doesn't want to open. Can we try from this corner maybe? There we go, I think. Well, this isn't going to be very good visually, is it? Aside from my hand being in front of the camera, I just mean from the bits of paper stuck to the edge of the bowl. All right. So, yep, there is our sauce packet. It's actually sauce, not powder, so that's kind of neat. Got a larger portion of noodles, which explains the higher calorie count. They feel different too. They are like a crispier noodle. And some red pepper stuff, which I'm not a huge fan of. And our fill line is right there. So, not a ton of water. I mean, size-wise, probably, I'm guessing it's not going to be a cup and a half like the other one was. It's a little less than 2 cups this time when I refilled it. So it won't be an exact measure, but let's try. I think it took about a cup, maybe. A little more, not quite at the line there. At least I don't have the issue with the curry noodle, where the water didn't go down where it was supposed to, and it made the line look fuller than it was. So yeah, it took about a cup. So yeah, a lot less water in this. So I'm guessing it's going to be. I mean, the picture looks a little more like a saucy noodle dish than a soup, like our lobster friend up there was. All right, so 5 minutes. 5 minutes for this one, plus a minute of wait. So I guess I'll just play a lovely little song over this for the next 6 minutes of my time. I will probably speed it up to quite a bit faster than that, like I did for the curry noodle, and like I'm sure I did for the lobster there. And I guess I'll eat some more of the lobster while I'm waiting for this to cook. Alright, that is our time up, and it looks like this is going to have made a right mess inside my microwave. It was bubbling all over the place. So let's put it on a plate. Yep, that's a lovely mess in there, isn't it? Can't wipe some of that out now to make it easier to clean later. Guess I should be glad there's not any like sauce or anything on it. It's just starchy water. Lovely. So maybe not one to make in the work in the office microwave unless you want to be the one that has to clean it, or you want to be that jerk that makes a mess in the office microwave and then doesn't clean it. All right, so it's cooked, it's rested, it's made a mess. Now we just add our sauce and or seasoning packets, stir and enjoy. Some water in the container is desirable. I gotta say, I mean, the Nongshim stuff there didn't make a mess, at least. All right, let's add our special secret sauce packet here, and we'll give it a good stir. Well, it's a thicker sauce than I ever thought it was going to be, but it makes sense. It's supposed to be, I mean, it's chow mein, it's not supposed to be soup. And that'll mix with some of the whatever water is left over in there. Very gloopy, very drippy. All right, what's the sauce taste like? Sweet, a little spicy, do have some heat there. Maybe a little soy sauce. Not bad. I could see myself maybe buying that sauce to put on other things. Yeah, it's got some heat getting in the back of my throat now. Not abhorrent or anything, not anything I couldn't take, obviously. I'm thinking it's not going to be enough sauce for all this, though. I could do without the bits of pepper and stuff in here. I don't mind the heat or the flavor. I don't like the texture. I'm very weird like that. I'm very much a textural eater. I don't like my issues with things like onions and And mushrooms are almost entirely the texture of them. I don't mind the flavor of, like, I like onion rings or onion flavored crisps. But yeah, I don't like onion on my burger. Unless it's, an onion ring. Alright, well, alright, how does this compare to how it looked on the box? Not even slightly. Yeah, it looks much drier on there. Of course, there's more veg, and it's much more nicely presented. But there's our finished product now. And yeah, there's still a good amount of water in the package. I would honestly prefer less. I would have preferred this to be a little more sauce in the packet, and I maybe could have squeezed a few more drops out of there. Alright, so it's a thicker noodle than the ramen, which, I mean, it should be. It's chow mein. I don't really smell much of anything coming off of it. Let's try it. So very sweet at the start. I guess it's a little beefy. Not super beefy. Not bad. Virtually no heat. Want to spread out. I mean, having a little bit on your finger from the actual sauce packet compared to how much it is spread over this, I'm not getting any real heat at all. But not bad. Not offensive. So let's compare these two. So, I mean, it's not a super fair comparison because one's a soup and one's meant to be chow mein. Although, I'm going to say it's not like any chow mein I've ever had before. They're both fine. They're both filling, starchy, salty things. I think as far as... I think these were a little more expensive. I don't remember the actual price on them. I think they were a little more expensive. But you're also getting more noodles. However, it'll be easier to avoid some of the salt in this by just not drinking that extra broth. In this, there's no real broth to speak of, so you are going to... It's like with the curry one. You're going to get all that salt. But yeah, neither of these is awful. This tastes more like what it says it does. This really, to me, doesn't taste like lobster. It's vague. The powder tasted very much like a prawn crisp, but yeah, I'm not getting a super lot of fishy flavor out of this, and I would like more. I would think this should taste more fishy than just salty. It's savory, I mean, which is admittedly what it said on the package. It's just, I'm not getting, it doesn't, if you didn't tell me it was lobster, I wouldn't know. As for this, I would guess it was teriyaki. I don't know if I would necessarily guess it was beef, but I usually get teriyaki chicken, to be honest. I'm not a big teriyaki beef person, so that could just be the truth. I mean, I do, it does taste like teriyaki beef to me, again, knowing what it is. If I didn't know what it was, I would probably guess just teriyaki. I wouldn't guess that it was any sort of a protein flavor. Obviously no protein, really, to speak. Well, I guess there was some. How much protein was in that? Again, it's one serving. Did I tear through the protein part? I think I did. Oh, 10 grams. 10 grams of protein in there. And 8 grams in there. So, I mean, neither of these are what you'd call even remotely healthy. And if you have, sodium issues, you probably want to avoid them both like the plague. Just buy the really cheap ramen, or even just some places like Koreana Plaza, but even some grocery stores will sell the ramen without any seasoning packets. They'll just sell bags of the ramen pucks, or even just cubes, or almost like curly straight ones, like spaghetti comes. Yeah. There we go. So, I mean, I guess of the two, for mess making, this one certainly wins. Flavor, I'm going to give it to this one as well. If I had to buy one of these two again, it'd probably be our chow mein. So maybe I'll try some of the other chow mein ones. They had a few different flavors. I just thought spicy beef would be fun. And given how long the curry one took, I figured 2 of these together would be a good length for a normal weekly video. And yep, that is what this was. This was the weekly video. Instant ramen, instant noodles. Yeah, like this one better. I will do this again in the future. Try some more, maybe some more of the chow meins. or, next time I get to Coreana Plaza, see if they have any really, really odd to me as an American flavor. I mean, odd is, of course, always what you're used to. When you watch people eating pig's blood sausage or chicken feet. To me, as an American, both of those things seem very odd. They're not if you are used to those things. And that's why it's always a weird thing to say something is weird, saying food is weird, because it's weird to me because I'm not used to it. It might be normal to you. So if I do ever say food is weird, please don't take that to be a judgment on your culture or any other culture. It's weird to me. Anything I say is obviously going to be maybe not obviously, but should be taken as in reference to my own personal experience. Enough of that. Enough rambling. I do enough of that during the week now. So, yep, that's going to do it for this week. We had our Nissin Spicy Teriyaki Beef Chow Mein Bowl and our Nongshim Bowl Noodle Soup Savory Lobster flavor. So please remember to like this video if you did, or even if you didn't. You can leave some comments. I will try to respond to them. Share this with your friends or your enemies. Follow me on Facebook at Void of Intelligence. Well, follow me on Instagram at Void of Intelligence, and follow the Void of Intelligence Facebook page. And, I will see you in the next video.